Hello everyone and welcome to Mind Quest. Have you ever felt super motivated on one day and on the next day you can't seem to get out of your bed? Motivation seems so inconsistent, right? But here's the truth. Motivation is not magic, it is psychology. So today we're going to dive deep into the different aspects of motivation, understanding more about it, how it impacts our life, and how we can get more productivity. Today, we're diving into the science of motivation, why we lose it, how to reignite it, and most importantly, how to stay consistent even when we don't feel like it. So, what is motivation? Motivation is simply the drive that pushes us towards a goal. So, psychologists break motivation into two types: extrinsic motivation. So, this is things that come from the external world, like recognition, fame, success, money, awards, rewards, on those lines. And then there's intrinsic motivation, so which is your inner drive. So, you do something because you love to do it, or it aligns with your inner state of self-worth or your inner self-esteem. So it's something that aligns with your inner set of values. Research shows that intrinsic motivation lasts much longer than extrinsic motivation and rewards. So that's why passion often beats pressure. Why do we lose motivation? There are three reasons. One is overwhelm. So it's basically that the pressure breaks you down. We often feel that the task is too big and we start to procrastinate because we feel we are not capable enough or we are not actually going to be able to get the work done. The second has to be lack of clarity. If you don't know the why, the intention behind the goal, lesser are the chances that you're going to be able to focus and have the motivation to actually achieve your goals. And finally, the instant gratification trap. This is one of the most common traps that most people fall into. Our brain has started to love quick rewards thanks to all that scrolling and all the double tapping. So long-term goals feel boring compared to watching Netflix or scrolling on Instagram or YouTube Shorts or whatever. So understanding these blocks is the first step to overcoming them. Now let's understand the science behind motivation. Here's something fascinating. So motivation, like we don't know this about motivation, but motivation is linked to dopamine. Dopamine is the brain's reward chemical. So most people think that dopamine is released when we achieve something, but actually it spikes the most in anticipation of the reward. So not really when you get something, but while waiting or thinking about the reward, expecting it, waiting for it, anticipating it. So that's why progress and not perfection actually fuels motivation. This is interesting, right? Because this could be the key that you're looking for in order to actually build your motivation, in order to achieve your goals. So small wins keep the dopamine flowing. And this is where consistency wins, my friends. This is where it wins. That's why breaking your big goal into small rewards or small steps or small achievable goals is really a game changer on the path to motivation. Here are some practical tips on how you can boost your motivation on a daily basis. So there are 5 things. First, set a clear why. If you know your intention, the why is very, very important. So if you know your intentions, there are higher chances of you being actually able to achieve your goals. Micro goals. This is the second step. Instead of saying, I'll write a book, maybe start with I'll write a paragraph, I'll write 200 words, I'll write 600 words, I'll write 2 pages, 4 pages, and so on. You want to start with small goals, like we discussed in the previous section of this video. It's very important in order to keep the motivation going to have small micro goals that are achievable steps. The third step is visual cues. So keep vision boards, quotes, things that actually in your surroundings reflect what you want to achieve, why you want to achieve. We have a video on value tagging, vision boards, and manifestation. Please check it out. I'll give you very good clarity about why it is so important in order to keep the brain focused, to keep the mind motivated, to have things in our actual visual scope and range that reflect our goals and our ambitions. reward yourself. This sounds like fun. Every small celebration also releases dopamine. So it's probably going to keep you hooked to achieving your goals if you do celebrate the small wins rather than waiting for the last final goal to be achieved before you give yourself permission to celebrate. Routine over mood. So this is the fifth step. Motivation is unreliable, so it is better that we start with consistency. Consistency is going to build habits, and habits are going to help you to actually achieve your goals. So discipline and routine are going to keep you moving when your motivation is lacking. Common myths about motivation. First one, motivation comes first. That's not true. Action comes first. Motivation follows action. So start moving and your brain will catch up with you. Myth 2. You need to feel inspired every day. This is such a big one. You don't need to feel inspired every day. No one does. Even athletes, artists, CEOs, great entrepreneurs, nobody feels inspired every day. But they show up. So show up even when you don't feel like it. And that, my friends, is one of the biggest game changers. Motivation is endless. This is the third myth. It's like a battery. You need to recharge it, reset it, maybe change it. You need to do what needs to be done in order to keep it going. So think about athletes training at 5 a.m. Do you think they feel motivated every single day? Probably not. What keeps them going is their clarity, the why behind what they're doing, and their purpose and their routine. They're also very habituated to practicing and to doing the things that keep them healthy and fit. Or probably you can take the example of authors. So think about J.K. Rowling. When she first wrote Harry Potter, she was struggling with money. Not because she was motivated every day. That's not why she was writing. But she had a vision, and that she couldn't ignore. And that is why she was writing. So the why was very clear, and that helped her to move forward on her journey towards progress. Motivation fades, but vision sustains. So here's the takeaway. Stop waiting to feel motivated. Instead, create reliable systems that will help you to achieve your goals. Small wins need to be celebrated, and clear reasons need to be stated and reworked upon so that you can actually move forward with intention towards achieving your goals. Motivation is not something that you chase, it is something that you build. So if you found this video helpful, please hit like, share, and subscribe. Maybe share it with a friend who needs a motivational boost, and don't forget to subscribe for more psychology-based insights.